Hi everyone, my name is Kate and you're very welcome here on my channel where we talk about fragrances. In this video, I'm going to review the new line from Amouage called the Essences. I got this sample set from Scent Explorer of this year. By the way guys, I'm going to film a video about Scent Explorer and share the highlights for me personally and some of my thoughts, and I will also share my opinions on some of the samples that I got. And there are many, so I don't know how I will do that video. We'll see. Okay, so if you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. And while I'm opening this pretty box, pour yourself some tea, coffee, maybe some wine, come back to me, and let's start exploring. So Lustre, Reasons, and Outlands. Let's start. I have my blotters here. I came prepared. The first one, Lustre. I tried them once before on my skin, and I'm actually curious to now get back to these fragrances and experience them again. This particular fragrance was created by Julien Rasquinet and Paul Guerlain. So I was really curious about this one. And it starts with a lot of cardamom. And maybe you know guys, maybe you noticed I love cardamom. So cardamom bombs are kind of my favorite. And I also smell Orris or iris root because it's very powdery, very irisy. And here where it starts getting very woody, I can smell very creamy, nice sandalwood and some balsams. Maybe something like Benzoin and Labdanum, maybe Myrrh. It's Amouage, so probably Myrrh is there. It's beautiful and I like it, but I kind of expected a little bit more when I wore it on my skin for the first time. I remember, and I actually have this thing with the whole line, with all the three fragrances. I really love the opening. The opening is stunning everywhere, but then the dry down is not always, it doesn't always deliver maybe the way that I expect. It's vanilla, it's amber, it's balsams, myrrh, incenses, cardamom, and iris. I mean, iris root, definitely, because it's not sweet, it's really dry. It's nice, but I feel like it's already been done many times, you know, this kind of profile. I'm not really sure why they decided to come back to this now. I think Amouage just chose this a different path. So they chose a very interesting path, but more people pleasing. They chose to go into the American market and to create fragrances, the compositions that are easier to understand for regular people, for not fragrance heads like us, like maybe most of you if you watch my channel. So yeah, I think they tried to create this easy to understand Middle Eastern fragrance, balsamic, spicy, hot, you know, it feels hot because of the spices. But I don't know. I feel like they already did something like this with material, and I love material. This myrrh together with amber and vanilla, it's beautiful. It's a beast. It's a really, I actually need to add this to my collection. It's on my wish list. I think it's a little bit too simple. I think I expected more, especially when I see the perfumer's name. Although Paul Guerlain, he's not, I don't associate him with Amouage at all. So maybe that's the problem, at least for me. It's too easy. It's too easy. I thought it would be a little bit, something a little more interesting, you know? Next, let's talk about Outlands, the creation of Cécile Zerokian. And I was so excited to see her at Scent Explorer. I didn't get a chance to talk to her, but would be fun actually, and she's so beautiful. Oh my god, she's such a beautiful woman. Okay, Outlands. I think this is actually the best seller from this line because I mostly hear about Outlands. I don't really hear anything about Lustre or Reasons. It's usually about Outlands. So the pyramid here is insane. I'll spray a little bit more. Just really want to smell it, to really smell it, you know. As I said, the pyramid is insane. I will show you. It's huge. And yeah, yeah, it's a lot. And I really like the opening. The opening is very Amouage. It's all these beautiful things at once, you know, all the best at once. All the balsams, the frankincense. I really smell the frankincense, the myrrh, the labdanum, Elemi. I can smell patchouli. It's a lot, but it's very smooth and nice. So Cecile, she made it very, also, again, easy to understand. Something is missing though. I don't know, something is missing. I cannot tell you what it is yet, at least I don't understand, but something is missing. It's vanilla. It's sweet. I think if they just turned off the sweetness a little bit, you know, press it down. They try to make this food composition with a lot of vanilla and sweet stuff, you know? But in the end, as the result, I cannot smell all these beautiful things about it. And the dry down is not very impressive. The beginning is always the opening. All three fragrances stunning, just amazing. And you know, if I would have to judge only by the beginning, I would just buy them all, probably go broke after that. How much is it? Like 500 each or something? But yeah, also I smell cardamom here too, actually. Yes, it's a lot of cardamom as well. I don't know. I thought it would be beast. Some people say they smell coffee. I can imagine coffee if I want. But it would be this latte with a lot of oat milk and some syrup. It would be syrupy coffee or like a Starbucks coffee. I actually don't love Starbucks, honestly. Yeah, it's also beautiful. It's pretty. It's really nice. And I saw in Fragrantica that somebody compares this one to Material, but Material is better. Material is better. Material was not marketed as something special as much as this line, right? Like they have this beautiful bottles that are different from everything else, and they were very specific that this is special. But Material is better. And I think Material was also created by Cecile. Yes, Cecile made Material, the queen of spices. But this is so much less than Material. I don't know. Tell me, guys, while I'm spraying the last one, tell me, what do you think of, have you tried them? What did you think? What is your opinion? The last fragrance is called Reasons. It was created by Bertrand Duchaufour. I don't know, how do you say this with an American accent? Bertrand Duchaufour? Bertrand. No, it sounds weird. I just cannot do that. Not that I'm French. I'm not French. Although French is my first foreign language. But, you know, I cannot pronounce some words with relatively American accent that I have. Yeah, this is actually very different. These two, the first two fragrances, they're more balsamic and vanilla plus cardamom. And of course, there are other shades too. There's oud here, Opoponax, and so on and so forth. This one is fresh. So this fragrance opens the room, you know, gets into the room very fast and says, I'm here. It's piney. I can smell pine. I think I smell something like Cypriol because it reminds me of some fragrances with Cypriol. Amber. And also a lot of different balsams in a base. Everything, again, the same stuff. Myrrh, Opoponax, Elemi, and so on and so forth. You know, Amouage just like, or Fragrantica, I don't know, maybe Fragrantica just copies them like this and puts them in the base of Amouage. I think they also mention oak moss. And yes, there is something about this fragrance that reminds me of soil, of the ground. It's cool. These fragrances, other two, are warm or hot, you know. This one cools you down. Yeah, this is minus temperature, or at least 0. There's also a hazelnut note. And yeah, I do smell something like hazelnut. I do. But with this fragrance, I have a problem. I love the opening again, but I hate the dry down. There's something in it that just annoys me so much. There's the same thing with Crimson Rocks. It was on my wish list, and I made a video with my wish list, but then I wore my sample. Like, I think I finished my sample, and there's something like zzz about it, you know? Zzz. I don't know if you have this experience with some fragrances. The same thing, Libre by Yves Saint Laurent, also does that to me. like it's kind of annoying. So this one does too. I smell some weird fruit that was, somebody picked it up while it was still green, and that fruit went bad. Something like very green apple that started rotting. I know it's weird. It's how I imagine it in my strange brain, but yeah, it's like this bad apple that was not even ripe enough to be picked up. I don't know why. Maybe it's something individual to me. Maybe other people don't smell it, this fruit. I just don't like the dry down at all. I don't like it. It's annoying. I remember when I wore it, I only wore it on my arm. I didn't spray anywhere else. And thanks God, because I would have to take a shower because there's something about this fragrance that I just cannot. Some of Duchaufour's works do this to me. Maybe it's not my perfumer. I noticed that I rarely like what he does. I guess it's just not mine, and this happens. Sometimes a perfumer that I really like can create a fragrance that if I looked at the notes, I would say, no, probably I'll pass. But if I see that name, I'll try it anyway, and I might like it because we have similar taste maybe, and I like the patterns that the perfumer chooses. And I actually like Cécile Rocan too. Usually I tend to like her fragrances. With Duchaufour, it's something, I don't know, I'm sorry, Bertrand. I wish I liked it. I just don't. And I don't know, I'm angry about it a little bit because maybe I had too high of expectations about this particular line of essences, and I thought it would be spectacular, but to me it's not. Okay guys, please share your thoughts. Am I alone in this? Do you think they're great? And I cannot say they're bad. I mean, okay, reasons I really dislike, but it might be something only I experience. Maybe other people don't smell that weird apple that I smell. So please share it with me. Do you think it's a win? Do you think it's a fail? Are you neutral about it? What's your opinion? And I'll see you in other videos. Bye bye.